Just like when Ubisoft does it, 343 decided to get back together shortly after the release of Halo Wars 2 to cobble together a couple of story DLC packs, one with a big budget and one with a small one. Today is the small budget DLC in Operation Spearbreaker, a pack of 2 new missions that's going to cost you plenty at the $10 mark. I got through this new campaign in just under 2 hours, so you can make of that what you will. Personally, I wasn't super down on that price, yet it does seem like Microsoft could do with being a little less stingy on its add-on content front. Since this is a 2-mission campaign, suffice it to say that 343's plot in the DLC is running faster than a desperate coworker fast-forwarding through 3 seasons of Lost so that they can have something to talk about on Monday. Going in, the ODST crew left behind with the Spirit of Fire after the events of Halo Wars 2 pretty much stranded them on the Ark, find some clues that the Banished are planning something. They have absolutely no idea, but what they did find was a huge cloaking device acquired by the Lost Covenant tribe, and since the Banished are so cartoonishly evil, the ODSTs are fully justified in spending the resources in skirmishes to figure out what's going on behind that cloak. The first mission in this game is an incredibly long one. You'll be getting some content for your dollar with Spearbreaker, since the first mission tasked the player with taking out 5 beacons, each one protected by a heavy armor sentinel, in order to shut off the cloaking device. And when I said that this DLC for me took slightly less than 2 hours to finish up, that mostly happened because I hadn't played Halo Wars 2 since I originally reviewed it over a year ago, so I had to basically relearn the entire game and spend 20 minutes of the mission building up resources and being a giant pussy about scouting the areas ahead. It wasn't like fighting off the Sentinels and occasional banished hordes was a cakewalk, but I could have been doing something productive other than just standing there and shoveling money into a ridiculous pile of greenery. After the first step is complete, the reveal of the cloaking device actually causes a retriever to spawn, an even more war machine-y sentinel to come in and destroy the incoming threats to the Banished operation. It isn't that the Sentinels and Banished have teamed up, and more has to do with the UNSC dicking around with the Ark installation that keeps causing the machines to hate the humans' guts. The Retriever is a tough enemy and will take a heavy and competent division to take it down for good and move us along to the second mission, where it's revealed to the humans that the Banished are attempting to acquire the last remaining Forerunner ship on the Ark for their nefarious plan to employ it as a suicide bomb to destroy the Spirit of Fire, ending this mini-war for good. Is that seriously their plan? Because that sounds really short-sighted and fucking stupid. There's 2 ways that this can make sense. Either the Banished have literally no other options and are making the best use of the ship that they have found, or they're in fact incredibly idiotic and just like to see stuff blow up. In order to avoid this horrible fate, the humans are forced to attack the ship's station, prepping it for launch, and the parts of the installation responsible for that are several more power conduits around the map, pretty much making the second mission a carbon copy of the first one, except that there are less Banished and Sentinel forces to get in the way. And since the power conduits are a bit more heavy duty than the control pillars of the first mission, the UNSC employs a new weapon to destroy them. The Colossus Mech, a huge power loader type thing employed with mini railguns on its hands. Man, it would have been nice to have that to hand in the main game. I wonder where Sergeant Dudeman was hiding these mechs that happen to be 25 feet tall. In the spirit of a good finale, the Colossus mechs are also incredibly cheap and quick to buy, with the caveat that you can only have one of them on the field at once, which isn't really a restriction when you can just get another one in 10 seconds and send it on its way. There's less resistance in the second mission, so getting your army together and going goes way faster. But of course, there's a catch. When the power substations are destroyed, the energy buildup resets to the actual launch platform, meaning that after all the nodes have been destroyed, means that the player then has to go and disintegrate the actual landing platform as well, which means wading into the area built up with all the enemies. By this point in the mission, you should be on your way to getting heavy air support and tanks out regularly, so even with the higher enemy numbers, it's actually easy to walk up and smash the whole thing, leaving only one thing left. the outraged lieutenant of this plan trying to save face by killing the entire human division, ruining his plans. The quote-unquote final boss of the DLC is a character so underwhelming that he's literally listed as Hunter Captain. And he's also so powerful that it's amazing that the humans were able to topple his careful plan so easily, since he can walk up and bitch slap the Colossus apart like it's nothing. But honestly, at this point in the game with only one objective left to kill, all you really need to do is churn out meaningless numbers of soldiers to throw at him until he falls over. Who cares if you get 100 soldiers killed, just make more and finish the job. Operation Spearbreaker has been completed, and the humans can rest easy on the Ark for just a little longer. It actually might be until further notice, because I doubt that 343 is going to put out a third DLC pack for this game. I think they stopped caring just as much as the general audience has about this underwhelming addition to the terrible second Halo trilogy.